Well, hello everyone. I'm going to show you guys today just how easy it is to franchise pizza in PlateUp. Now, I have a basic layout here. We're doing just a random generic map, nothing special. And we're going to go from day one to franchise, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, got to make some pizza dough. Pizza dough is easy. You got your flour, you tap it in, you get your water going to your oil. You always got to add your sauce first, and you got to double it. Now, if you have as many or fewer groups than you do tables, guess what? You call everybody, because you get that free money. And the way money works in this game is you get 3 base coins per ring, and then you get 1 base coin for every 2 days that you achieved. And since we didn't achieve any days yet, we have 3. So the way I like to do it, especially with pizza in the beginning, you can see their timers ticking down. No big deal. We got quite a few minutes here. And you can start plating and putting food on their tables before you take their order. And because we just have cheese pizza right now, we know that you can do this. Now we need to wash 1 dish here because we have 5 customers. Otherwise, you don't have to wash the dishes at all. There you go. Simple. Day 1 done. It's really that simple. And you see the layout that I have here. I have my tables lined up on this side. It also helps with mess, and also you can serve over top of that walk through, if you will, your pass through. I hold down your pin key, turns it into your grabber here, and I like to use the mouse. So first things I like to do when we're doing this is, do we need any research? We will a little bit. Put that in there, and I also like getting tables. And the reason why is because I like pushing my messes back. The only thing you got to be careful about when you do that is the fact that you got to do something like this. And we can put a counter over here. It doesn't really matter what you put here. And the thing is, you have to be careful here. You have your numbers or where you can reach them, because otherwise you won't be able to collect the plates. All right, we have 4 groups, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to call everybody again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we do have an extra coin there because we're up to day 2. All right, do that, and let's see how many customers do we have. We have 2, 4, we have 6. That means we're going to need how many pies? We're going to need 2 pies. Now, it's good. Pies are good like this because you can do them in advance, and you get 4 portions out of 1 pie. So that's great. 4 customers, if you will. By the time we walk over here, grab it, put this one in, and we can actually start plating a while. I always typically like to go for the ones that only have 1 customer there. You don't have to do it that way, of course. Put it on the plate. Put it on the plate here. And then here we're going to wash a dish. You see we have messes here. Now these water splotches, they will make the messes go away. So those are good things to have. And here we need 1 more wash plate. And the goal here would be to just, if we're just trying to reach franchise here, which is what the purpose of this run with the pizzas is we want to have as little downtime as possible and as little kind of fluttering about here, figuring out what we're going to do. You always want to check your things here. More than likely, you're going to have a research desk. We're going to buy the plates. Why are we going to buy the plates? Because that means you may not actually have to do dishes this time. And I think I will buy the research desk, and I'll put it down here. You always want to move that there. And I always like keeping things organized like this. This has to be within 1 tile any way around this. So you have 3 spots, 2 slots here where you can put this. And some people do research in the beginning of the day. Some people do it at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. You do it whenever you like. But because we still only have 4 groups and we have 4 tables, we are going to call everybody. Still call everybody. Now, a tip here is you can knead this dough. You don't have to dip it in the water. It gives you the same result. But it's better to do it like with the sink. It's just quicker. So 2, 4, we have 5 customers, of course. So that means what? That means we have to make 2 pies. Now you may say, oh, you should make a pie first and then get it in the oven. Nah, it doesn't matter. Because I have a mod here, it's a countdown timer. And what that basically does is it allows me to see how much patience the customers have left. And you don't have to take something out of the oven, by the way. You don't have to do it like that. You can leave it in the oven. As long as you open the door, it'll stop cooking. There you go. But you can't portion from this because it'll shut the door. So you have to take it out to portion it. But you can portion things with an item in your hand. So down here, it looks like we have, I believe, a blueprint desk. So let's check it out. Now, because we're just looking to franchise here, this is B if you want to just get your tier run, not looking for longevity, not tons of automation, you want to do it like this. So let's see what we get for our cards. Again, no mods here. As far as the cards, we're going to get whatever cards pop up. So here, mushroom pizza sounds good because it reduces our customer count, but it does add another bin, and it also adds another type of pizza. Progress hidden is kind of irrelevant. It doesn't matter when you're doing something like this. It doesn't matter, but we'll go mushroom pizza. It'll drop our groups down to 4 because guess what? That means we can still keep calling. Now in here we have what? Discount desk. So I'm wrong there. That's okay. Let's see. So we don't obviously want a discount desk. Now the thing is, though, do we even? What are we going to even try to focus on here to get to day 15? Do we even want to try to get a blueprint desk? Now the way it works here, remember this, guys: copy desk, blueprint desk, discount desk. CBD, copy, blueprint, discount. So tomorrow will be a copy desk. I coined this term, what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? CBD. Really easy to remember. CBD, copy, blueprint, discount. Okay. So trainers are good because it lets you run faster, but we really can't. You don't want to mess with running fast until you can get rid of having what? Having messes. So you turn this off, turn this one on, and turn this one back on. So now we're not going to have any messes up here. And down here, we have a few messes, which is fine as well. What we can do is we can actually put this right here, put this one up here. It doesn't matter where you put the extras. So do we want to keep going? Because the thing is, we're not going to get a blueprint desk until day 6, at the end of day 6. Which means we're going to get another card then as well. And then we can start researching things. But is it worth researching at the moment? And for me, if we're just going to go to franchise because we didn't get a blueprint desk right away, I'm going to say no. I'm going to go right to my sink. And the reason why I want to sink is because we're going to get to a point where we're going to need to wash dishes, and having a dishwasher is going to be super, super easy. Even a wash basin isn't terrible, honestly. But we're going to ditch the discount desk. And we're just going to, we have 4 groups again. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to call everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're making some good coinage at this point, right? Remember, tap the water, tap that, and you can even hold this in your hand and do it like this. Tap, tap. I like to get 2 going because we know we're going to need 2, so you might as well. Now, as far as automating this, the first thing I would automate would probably be the sauce because it's 2 rotations or 2, how you want to call it, 2 chops, if you will, to turn it from a tomato to a cut tomato. Now here the issue is we have to be careful because remember, we have mushroom pie. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 1 of each. That goes on last, of course. So let's see what these guys want. All right, we got a plain and we got a mushroom. All good. Remember, you can open this up. Perfect. Take this one out here. So this is the only thing that you can't kind of pre-place what they want. But as you see here, we have enough to do everybody. So we can do that. And you can put things in the sink. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, and then we have our research down there, which I don't know what that is because we can't see it. I do believe it is not a dishwasher. Now, the way those go, I think it goes power sink, soaking sink, wash basin, dishwasher. I know it goes basin, dishwasher. All right, now we are on to day 5, and let's see what we got in here. It's obviously not the one we want. Basin is great because tomorrow that'll become a what? Dishwasher, and dishwasher is going to be great. I think for this run, what we're doing so far, I'm going to keep pushing the tables back because if we end up getting a large group card or something, we're going to need these extra tables. Everything else, this is still the base sink, by the way. This would be your first starter sink, which you get cost 20 coins, but we don't need it because, why? Because we're going to have a dishwasher. Now, the only thing though, is if once we replace this with the dishwasher, this will have to go over here as far as using the sink for the dough. But I can show you a trick with the oil when we get to that point. So after today, I'll show you that little trick. I like having tricks in the game. Now we have 5 groups, so it's not the most feasible to just call everybody right now. Granted, we could still call probably 2 groups, I'd say. 2 groups or something like that would be sufficient. Because if you end up having a group standing outside, in the beginning it's okay, but you got to be careful. Now, every pizza has cheese, every pizza has sauce. So no matter what toppings you have, no matter what, if you get onion pie or otherwise, you still have to deal with the cheese. Now, I am going to call the last 2 now because we're going to get a free ring out of this. And I always say free rings. All right, everybody's a 2-person group. There's a 1-person group. I say a free ring because if you're calling and you end up ringing in, you can call 1 more time than you have groups. I call that my free ring. Are we going to have to wash this? We will, because now we have 5 customers left. All right, let's see what this group wants. Now, I'm not going to forget about my mushroom pie. Or, yeah, my mushroom pie. I'm not going to forget about my research. So what we can see down here, this person wants a mushroom, which is fine. And we have this. Now, the only problem here is we almost have to make another pie. But before we do that, I'm just going to leave. Actually, you know what? Oh, perfect. Look at that. Now, this will become a dishwasher. Guaranteed. Unless they changed it. There we go. DW. Now, I believe dishwashers only cost $60 now. They used to cost $120. But regardless, we have one. Now it's going to be Deco Day. Affordable is decreased eating and thinking time. So they eat faster, but also their thinking time. That means until they choose what they want to eat is less. Which we don't really have issues with that right now. The no delivery phase tier 9 or tier 3 is good. Now formal is decreased mess, bonus patience, and table creates no mess. But typically for me, if I'm going to go a longevity run here, I probably want to go, I don't know, it's hard to say. Honestly, both of these aren't great. If anything, I'd choose charming. So let's just choose affordable. And the only way that any of this kicks in is if you actually start buying the stuff. I like that there, and maybe this one out here, or do we like the red? I like the red. It's just a little too bright on my face. So we have things here like calm paintings and whatnot, stock pictures. So the cheapest we could get right now would be what? Not a calm painting. Calm paintings are good if you have large groups, for sure. So here we have 40, 40, 30, 40. So it costs us 120 coins to get the first tier. We're not going to do that. We're going to buy the dishwasher because it will come in handy. Now, the tip that I told you guys about, I'm going to show you. Let's just turn that way. Is right here, because you may say, "Oh no, what? This is going to be in the way now." No, no, no. I'm going to show you that this is the tip. The tip of the day or tip of the run for now is you do this. Watch. You put this in here, and you go like this, and you go tap tap. All you got to do is really tap it one time, and you're done. Simple, simple, simple. Now we have 6 groups. This is where things start to get a little bit tricky. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I didn't put anything in my research desk. And you may say, "Well, that's not a big deal because there was nothing that you wanted to actually research." While that is true, if you want to do re-rolls, you got to be careful. You always want to have something in there. All right, we can call a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't want to let stuff burn, by the way. Especially if you have one-person groups here, you can call a bunch because as soon as they're done, they're going to get up and they're going to leave. Look at all these one-person groups. We're going to get our free ring in here, by the way. Done. That one's good there. These are all single-person groups. Now, single-person groups are okay because when you ring, like when you ring the phone, no matter how many people are at a group, you get the same cost. Look at this. This is perfect because guess what? We're lined up right here. We got one plate. Look at this. Simple, simple, simple. Excuse me. Now, you do see in the bottom of the screen there I have 19 mods. None of the mods are affecting gameplay. They're quality of life things, like the indicator above their nameplate that shows how much time is left, things like that. And then a lot of them are dependencies. All right. Hey, day 6. Another card. Let's see what we got. Corn on the cob as a side. Interact to husk, cook, and serve. So you have to husk it. Now, it doesn't say anything about disposing of the husk, so I don't know if you actually have to do that. I don't know, honestly. It doesn't say, but we're not going to choose it anyway because that's a side dish, which we're not going to get into sides or metal tables for this run because we're not focusing on that. But individual dining, I think, for me, is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do individual. I like individual. Our group count will go up, of course, which is fine. Honestly, it's fine. But it's better. Ooh, look at this. So here we have some great things. We're definitely going to buy a blueprint cabinet. I think what we'll do now is we'll put the hob in here. And I think what I want to do is I want to do, like bar tables are good because bar tables, you can line up next to each other. I think we're going to try to get a bar table because otherwise you don't need anything else. All right. We have 9 groups now. So you get more money by calling, but you got to be a little bit more careful. I think also what I want to do is I want to turn off these chairs because it doesn't matter where they sit at this point. It doesn't matter. So we could actually get rid of all these tables. We could actually, well, I keep saying actually, we could have more tables here, but for now it's not feasible to do that. So we're going to leave it like this and we're going to rock and roll. So we have 9 groups. So we have to be a little bit more careful about ringing, but in all reality, we're fine. So you take this, put this in here, boom, tap one time, boom, tap one time, good. Now, the only thing that would be helpful here would be to have a mixer. so we can start making some sauce. A mixer and a grabber, but you know what? We're not at that point yet, and it's fine. Get this in the oven. By the time this is chopped, that's there, and we get another one chopped. See, once I get some pie going, that's when I start calling. So we'll call a few. And I also don't want to forget about my research. All right, we got plain pie here. And because it's individual dining, it is a lot more forgiving when it comes to, when it comes to preparation, in a sense. And that may not make any sense to you guys. I'm going to call the rest because we already served, I think, a few customers. Look at all the coins we're getting. This is where individual dining shines. Trust me, it shines this way. And the reason why it shines... That's not the right one, is it? Nope. Now look at that bottom. We have 37 seconds. 33 seconds, which is fine. All we got to do is pick this up. And then all we got to do is pick up, put down. We're good. Transfer these away. Good, good, good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's not in the right slot. Look at that. Everybody's in now. So let's check out what they want. Anybody want a plain cheese? No one wants a plain cheese. That stinks. You know why? Because that means we have to now make another pie, which is okay. Because we don't have enough mushroom to go around. So we need 4 slices, and we only have how many slices? 2. That's okay. Put that in there, cook it up, and do our research. Now, we would have had to make another pie anyway, as you can tell, because there's only 3 slices in total left, and we have 4 customers. But it's fine, because it's just easy that way. All right, so down here, it looks like we got a simple tablecloth, and we got a danger hob. Neither of those are what I want, so we're going to re-roll, not re-roll, we're going to upgrade them again, because the deal with the safety hob, why I like safety hobs, is because a safety hob, you can portion from, and you can also cook from, because, you say, well, how does that work? Well, because safety hobs don't burn your food. So it works. All right. Day 8 already. Let's see what we got here. Prep stations are nice, but not for this one. What is this? So simple tablecloths don't really have a play here. Now they would, if we wouldn't be serving kind of diner style, these tables would be good because the people have to sit across from each other. They can't sit corner to corner. So you couldn't really put these here that would make a lot of sense. And for a pizza run, no thank you. Here, this is a danger hob. This will turn into a safety hob tomorrow, which is exactly what we want. So what do we want to upgrade? Do we really want anything here? Or, we could try to upgrade this to get to get something like even a metal table, a bar table. And you know what? We could actually use this, by the way. You could put it right here for another table. But we don't really need it because it's 200% longer thinking time. And that's, for me, just not worth it. So, prep stations are good, but I don't really care about that. Floor buffers are good. Meh. Let's just reroll. Because we have 6. If you have at least 5 or 4, early on it's good to reroll. Now, one tip is you don't want to reroll if you don't have an empty slot here. And look at that. And we got another blueprint cabinet. So we're going to buy that one for sure. Now, is there anything in here that we might want to upgrade? We can try to upgrade that to get a microwave. Not that we need a microwave. Dish racks are cool. Don't think we need it. Or, you know what? Honestly, are we going to need a microwave? The deal with microwaves is they won't burn your food and they cook at the same time. However, if we're looking to try to get safety hobs, then it's like, well, what do we need? But you know what? Just for argument's sake, let's just reroll one more time. Maybe we'll get something like a conveyor belt. Ooh, look at that. A lot of junk. Junk. Combiners are good, but we're not doing any sort of automation this run. So we'll put the research station in here, and you know what? I'm actually feeling lucky. So let's reroll one more time. So I spent 60 coins rerolling for nothing. Let's reroll again. Why not? So here, portioners aren't terrible. Because we don't want to upgrade the portioner, we'll put it over here. Now it won't be upgraded. Now the other thing is I could just buy a portioner. But I'm just putting it here just for now. We don't actually need a portioner. I just don't want to keep re-rolling. Because now we spent 40, 30, 20, 10. So we spent 100 coins for basically nothing, by the way. But that's okay. 10 customers. Do that. Tap, tap, tap. So you may say, oh, well, if you'd have a blueprint test, you could probably have a grabber by now. You could probably have this by now. And you know what? That's true. That's very much true. I'm not discounting that at all right now. But for me, if we're just looking to franchise a run, not needed. Well, okay, I shouldn't say not needed. It is just, it's less of a need at this point for me, basically. We're going to upgrade these. Now, if we end up getting a blueprint desk, I think I'm going to buy it. Now, it'll be on the left-hand side. That's a safety hob, which we are going to 100% buy at the end of the day. So let's do this. That looks like that's definitely a blueprint desk. Speaking of blueprint, let's call 2, 3. We're pushing it here by calling this much, but that's okay. Yeah, we're definitely pushing it a lot here because remember, we have to pick up the dishes too. But I think we're going to be okay because you see the timer down there. We have 1:50. Now it's going to turn. Now we're at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. It keeps going up. Every time you get someone else in, it'll keep going up and up and up. And we're going to call the rest. Because it's very unlikely that someone else is going to be waiting outside at this point. That one's done. Now this is our last mushroom, which is fine, right? Except you can stack plates like that. You just can't put a plate here if there's a plate already there. You can't stack them that way, but you can stack them like this. Last person in, and we lost on our what I call our free ring, but that's okay. You can also put this in here, right? Doesn't matter. But doing that doesn't do anything. If you put something in there that actually can't cook, it won't burn because it just the mechanic is it just won't work. Now, how many do we have here? Look at that. We have exactly enough cheese pizza now, which is perfect. See, I love, oop, don't want to burn that. I do love individual dining, especially for runs like this, where you have multiple portions of something at one time. See, we have a mess here. That's what I was talking about. Well, we won't get messes inside because messes only spawn one tile away, unless you have the extra mess card. I think there might be Splash Zone. I think there's another one. There might be 2. All right, what are we at now? We're day 9 already. Look at that. We're rolling through here. Now, this is a blueprint desk. This is a safety hub. I said we're going to buy both of these, didn't I? Put that one here. And we're also going to buy... Let's just check to see what we have here, just in case we have something better. We don't. Now, the blueprint desk, we can literally put... I'll put it here. Doesn't matter where you put it, honestly. Doesn't matter. So what do we want to upgrade? I guess maybe a hob again? Dining table? Yeah, why not? We don't really need anything else at this point. You may say, maybe try to get a freezer. Nah, we don't need a freezer. 12 groups. Do we want more tables? No. Well, if we can upgrade this to get a bar table or something, then yes. All right, how do I want it? Do we want to have the nips? The nips or the knobs, by the way. Nips are always out. Okay, so let's do it. We'll keep rolling here. We got 12 customers. Ooh, if you pick up before the timer goes off, I'm getting a little antsy. See, boom. Ooh, see, now we have a blueprint desk over there. Our blueprint cabinet. Now here you got to be careful. Actually, you don't have to be careful. Careful in the sense of as soon as you start putting on there, it's going to start cooking. You may say, wow, it goes really slow. It does go slow. But in the long run, oh, there you go. Forgot to put the ches on. On the long run, we can have kind of 2 cooking at once. And what we could also do is we can get another one cooking right here. Or in a sense, we can have it prepped. We can have it prepped. We can prep everything right away if you want. So I'm going to take this conveyor belt actually because we're working on that. What do these guys want? 2, 2, and we have a third one here. All right, so we can actually do that. What do we want here? You know what? I had that portioner down at the bottom, right? I should have almost brought that up because this is where we could start working on portioners. We're not there yet, of course. However, I do have to take... see, now I kind of did screw myself up here a little bit because I can't put that there. So this is where moving it would be beneficial for us. But it's all good. Let's clean up these dishes. All right, so we've got a lot of so here down here is where after today I'm gonna buy that portioner. I'm gonna show you exactly kind of the reason why I want to buy it, the reason why I like it. And I'll show you guys. Don't worry. All right, and because we locked something in on the blueprint desk, it's safe to kind of call now because you're not going to be screwing yourself up at all. Now I don't know how many customers we need. Let's just finish this one off. Boom, boom, boom. Done. All right. This one we're just going to get some plain cheese going. Let it cook up. Put this one here, and then we're going to need a mushroom, of course. Now you may say, "Oh man, you should have done this and done this." Yeah, there's always a shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? We're going to call the rest. If someone's waiting outside, NBD, no big deal. Doesn't matter. Put that one there. I'm just going to let this cook by itself while I empty this. All good. What do they want? They want a cheese. Look at that. Perfect. We got a couple waiting outside. Not a big deal at all, honestly. Perfect. Now, everybody wants cheese so far. And you may say to yourself, "Oh, be careful down there of the whatchamacallit." Yeah, be careful down there of the whatchamacallit. See, as I said, you can portion off of a safety hob. You can't portion off the other hobs because they will burn, and the portioning action doesn't interrupt that. So that is this danger hob, which we don't want. I mean, danger hobs are fine. They're at the same speed as an oven, right? What do we want? This, good. Okay. So one tip early on here is if you have a blueprint test, you really don't want to ring too much because every time you ring, depending on the day, it advances through the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Alrighty. So what card are we going to get? If we end up getting onion pie, I probably will take it. Now, lunch rush is interesting. I don't like the rush cards. You have morning rush, you have lunch rush, and you have dinner rush. And you also have one that's called herd mentality, and that's where the customers come in only during the rush periods. Well, mostly. Now, if you don't have any rush cards selected, they'll come in at 3 different points of the day. If you have a rush card selected, like lunch rush and then herd mentality, most of them will come at one time at lunch, and I don't want that. We're going to go onion pie. I'll drop our groups to what, 10, 11, all good. Now, what that does mean is what it does mean is we have more here. This is the same stupid table. Is we do now have another bin that we have to contend with. So it's like, okay, so what do we want to start doing here? How do we want to start doing this? I think I want to start pushing some of this back a little bit. Right? That's fine. Push this back. This can go here. We can. Whoop. Yeah, I don't really need the bin. I usually don't play with the bin at all because I really don't need the bin. This is fine. And should we have it like this or should we have it with the cooker? I think we'll leave the cooker here. Here maybe. And here we can have the nips. When you have double, you can always have the nips out. There we go. And you know what? We can actually just do this too. Why not? There we go. Perfect. Maybe we'll get something good here. So freezers are good. All right, we have our conveyor belt, which we obviously want to upgrade. We'll put it here. Anything else? Table? No. Now, I don't know the order of the tables. This is going to become a safety hob, which is what we do want. How do we want to do the hob setup here? Now, this is where it can be a little like, how do you want to do it? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Now, it's tricky because it's like, well, you could have them auto portioning all the time, blah, blah, blah. But I think we'll leave it. I think we'll leave it alone. That way, we could always choose we want it to be portioning. To portioning, if that makes any sense. We'll leave the rest. 11 groups now. We have onion pie now, which we can put the onion. Maybe we'll just actually swap that with this, maybe. So it's a little bit easier. I don't like that you can't slide past the cheese, but what are you going to do? This is here now. This is here now. This is all good. Yeah, let's just rock and roll here. Put this in here. I can go here. We can get, well, this is the thing. When you have something like this, you have to get all 3 pies going at the same time. Now, remember, you can't do cheese first, so I kind of made a boo-boo there. That's okay. That's all right. You got to chop twice. Remember, chop twice. So here is where having a conveyor belt, to me, would be great. Or not a conveyor belt and a mixer eventually. And the reason why a mixer eventually was very simple. Why? Because then we have auto sauce all the time, and I don't have to mess with sauce. So cheese will go here. We do have messes. Now, messes won't spread just by themselves. If you have trainers on or other types of boots, it will. So you want to not do that. It's going to go here, and then here. This is an onion mushroom pie. We'll get the onion pie going. So the thing is with the pizzas, it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of prepping before you can actually do anything. Buffet stands are interesting. I don't know if we want to mess with buffets for this run, honestly. I don't think it's necessary. I do like the idea, though. I just don't think it's feasible for... Why is it so slow up here? For what we're doing right now. So we're going to leave it alone. And what do we got down here? We got a ches pie up. Perfect. So what we got to do is we will put this one here. Actually, what we can do is we can put the ches pie there. Put that there. This one here. We got another cheese pie going. So I think if I see a mixer, I'll take the mixer. Otherwise, we'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. We can do a little bit of research right now because we have a lot to research. We're halfway through the day. Research desk. I'm not going to buy another one. That's a metal table. Don't want a metal table. We'll get a safety hob here, and then we'll get a grabber. So those are good things. Another portioner. I'm interested in the portioner, honestly, right now. I think I'm going to take it because it makes sense to take it now, doesn't it? Here we got, now we got the onion pie. So what we can do is we take that out, put that here, onion pie up, because it'd be good if we have a portioner, right, for every style of pizza. Sometimes I go too fast for this, so that's not a cheese. They want an onion pie, which is fine. So here's where actually we're trained. I keep saying actually, sorry guys. Here's where trainers would really come into play. And we're going to call the rest, by the way. 1, 2, 3. 3 rings. We should be fine here. We do need, we'll put the cheese pie back here. We do need an onion pie potentially. So you could just wait. You could be like, you know, let's just wait to see if we need an onion pie. Okay, and we do. We need all onion pie. So, never mind. We definitely need an onion pie. And this is fine if it starts cooking, because as soon as you put that on there, it negates it. But since it's the last one, let's just bang it out like this. All good. Maybe we can even move some plates down here a while. Because you can put the plate down already. Slap that there. Slap that there. We go. All right, perfect. So now we're going to have a portioner for 2 different pies. We're going to have 2 danger hobs or 2 safety hobs going. We're going to have the conveyor belt going. We're making a little, like, we're not making tons of money, but we're making some money. Now it is Deco Day. I think I'm going to put this out here. I love that. I love that look. All right, what do we got here? Let's see. These are all, we're not going to buy any of these. This is a portioner. So we're going to slap that right about there. And what we're going to do, we're going to buy this one. Put that right about here. And then here, what we'll do is we'll back this off. And we'll put this here. You may say, well, why? Why would you want to do that? Well, because then I don't have to, it's a step that I don't have to now do. I don't have to now pick up. I don't have to pick it up. And what I could also do is, yeah, if we don't have to, I can put this here. Not that it really matters if it's that close. Would it make sense to have this closer here? No, because we need it for this stuff. We could do something like that, but it's not necessary. Honestly, it's fine. Okay. Now again, if we get another grabber, we can put another grabber here. We don't really have anything to put in here, so we're just going to put generic stuff in here that doesn't really do anything. Come on, we're at day 11. We have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 5 days to go, and then we franchise. So it's all good. We're doing good here, guys. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Okay, well, we got how many days left? 5 days. Research is good. Everything else is goody, goody, good. Let's keep going, baby. It's going to go here. This one. Oh, see how I flubbed up there? I'm going to leave it, though, because I don't like, especially when we're doing runs like this, I don't want to be, see what I didn't turn the portioner the right way. But you know what? It's not a terrible thing. It's fine. And I'll show you why it's fine. This will be the Ches pie. It doesn't matter if this starts cooking, it doesn't change anything, honestly, at all. Now we have a huge mess there, which does stink. Yeah, definitely, that mess does stink. But the messes won't spread unless you have shoes on, which we don't. Let's come down here, put the onion on. Yeah, I will clean the mess, though, because I didn't realize we were going to have such a giant hole there. It's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. And they may say, oh, that doesn't make any sense. No, it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. And we can put this, now we'll put it down here, I guess. All right. This one, this one, this one. Oh, see? Oh, man, I'm making all kinds of mistakes now, guys. Jeez Louise. See that? I locked in the flower pot. And for anybody who knows me, the flower pot I find is the stupidest thing in the game. Personally. So I think it is ridiculous. Personally, I think it's ridiculous. Let's clean this mess. Again, we only have, what, 12 customers or something? Not a lot. But keep your messes done. Clean, done, whatever. Perfect. Now, here is where having like a display stand would probably be helpful. Alright, let's just keep on cooking here. This one's good. We have our research to do. I'm not going to forget about the research, of course. But we can call a little bit because we locked that in mistakenly. Unfortunately, we locked it in not mistakenly. We got a cheese pie. Everybody wants the Ches. Alright, let's go. Let's get these 2 out. Pick up, put down. And the keys, if you pick up, put down, they'll come in the restaurant. What do we want here? Ches pie, good, good. And then here we want a shroom pie, which is fine. Again, you can still portion from a portioner. It just doesn't work the same way. We are going to do our research because, actually, you know, we'll be, okay, I got to be careful here. We can do our research. This is going to, we have one ring left, and I think we have our last customer in anyway, so we're good. All right. Let's just exhaust the cheese pies. What does this guy want? Ches pie. All right, cheese pies are exhausted. We haven't sold 1 onion pie today, which is fine. All right, that is not a simple tablecloth. Oh, see? This is what stinks, right? When you have 1 pie left and, or sorry, we have 1 customer left and they order the pie that you don't have. All good. It's all good though, guys. Now you may say, can you do this? Let's see if you can do that. And you can, look at that. That's how you kind of autoplate things. Alright. All right, let's see. Okay. Now we have day 12. Today is going to be our last card that we're going to get is going to be today. So don't need this. Don't need this. Honestly, this is irrelevant, but we're going to get a bar table after this. Combiner we'll put in here. Why not? And then we might as well get another hob. That way we can have 3 going at once. Rock and roll. We're all good. All good. Okay. So we're rocking and rolling here pretty well. We have day 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, this is going to be probably the day. Well, not I shouldn't say day. Those will be the make it or break it. Because we end up getting a card that really is tough, we'll have some problems. But I think we'll be okay. All right, do that. And that one. And then do this one. Yeah, here's where having a mixer will be really, really good. Now, I don't think we'll be able to get a mixer by the time that well, maybe. Again, we have a few days left. We have quite a few days left, honestly. But the key here is to try to get that safety hob down the bottom. And you can do that. And then here we need an onion pie up. You can put the onions on first. You just gotta put. Remember, you gotta put on the sauce first. And this has to cook. So I don't want to go too crazy here. Now we can finally use the portioner as intended. Which is great, by the way. I love the portioner. For things like pizza, mainly for pizza, well, for cakes and stuff too, in a sense. Perfect. All right, we're gonna slap this down here, and we're gonna get one more going, just kind of ready to go. We can actually get a couple ready to go, honestly. So we have trainers there, which I love the trainers. It's just they're not necessarily feasible because we still have the messes. But it's okay. It's okay. Cheese up, of course. Then that cheese is up, so we're going to take this cheese and slap it right here. Get another one going. Now, it's fine to keep a bunch going. Doesn't matter. I'm still looking for that elusive onion pie, mushroom pie. That elusive on the desk here. The mixer. It's all good though. All good. Here we got another Ches. Man, we're flying through the cheese pies right now. We're rolling through the day pretty good here. Alright, let's get down here. Let's just call. So we have a shroom pie up. Might as well do another shroom pie. So after today, well, maybe. We'll see what research we get. If we get a portioner and a safety hob, we'll be rolling right now. We'll be laughing. Well, we're going to get a portioner anyway. That's a danger hob, so that's not what I want, honestly. But we will get a bar table out of this, which is okay. It's okay. All right, we're good to go here. Okay. This. Of course, we have to do this, unfortunately. Shroom pie up. Now we have the dish rack down there, which we don't really care about. Oh, I should have served that guy the onion pie. It doesn't matter. Get all these done. Oh, look at that. Mixer right at the end of the day. Perfect. Press exactly what we wanted to. And I think we can call the rest too. We should only have 3. Get 2 rings. Perfect. Maybe we'll luck out and not have to make an onion pie. We might luck out. We have one customer to go. Okay. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Doing great here, guys. All right. So we're going to get another card and see what happens. So if we wouldn't have individual dining, I wouldn't take photographic. It would be tough. But because we do, I think because through the end of the run, I don't want to do chips. Now, theoretically, we could automate chip. Well, no, we couldn't because we need another thing. But we'll go photographic memory here. That's to me the easy choice here. Unfortunately, we don't have. Well, we don't have the other hob, which kind of stinks. But it's okay. We'll have it tomorrow though. As far as the mixer goes, because we're only going to franchise, I don't want to upgrade that. There's no point to upgrade the mixer. There's no point. Like, what would be the point of doing that? Now, I am going to buy the bar table, though, because it gives us an extra. I'll put it up here because it's closer to the top. And all we gotta do is do that, and then we do that. Nope, we gotta turn. Oh, we gotta turn it this way. There we go. Bar tables. Sink counter. I don't think we really need anything else. I mean, I like to just. Well, we're getting towards the end, so let's see if we can. Maybe we'll just focus on cheese pies. Right? I can show you guys kind of how that works. Display stands are nice, somewhat nice, somewhat nice. Oh yeah. So we might as well put this in here and then this in here. I think we're good here, baby. Good to go, baby. Yeah, sauces. Yeah, we're fine here. We only have a few more groups to go, and then hey, we're good here. We're golden. We're golden. Now we gotta wait though, which is fine. Which is fine. Let's just get some soy. Yeah, so let the sauce go. Because here having, so you can't do cheese first. That's okay. Because here having another mixer to do the cheese, because every pie takes cheese, right? That's the kicker here. Every pie takes cheese. And then obviously to have the ones for the toppings, you want to rock and roll with that. So we'll just have to use the oven for that, which is okay. But what I want to do is I do want to put this one here to try to just get cheese pie going. Because cheese pie is the easiest pie to make. Get that one here. What do you want? You want cheese pie. Now, it's hard to explain here. The customers that are already kind of on their way in a sense, won't benefit from the display stand. It just doesn't work that way. But it's okay. We got cheese pie up. Perfect. Look at that. We're already out of the cheese pies. Now, if we be going a longevity run, like a long run here, man, I'd have everything automated. Like, everything would be automated, and that'd be awesome. But we're not doing that. We're going day one to franchise. We gotta wait here. We can load it up here. Oh, put it there. Perfect. Good, good, good. Get that going. We can at least prep a bunch of these. Prep a bunch, really. Perfect. Get that going. We have cheese pie up. Now, we haven't selected. Let's do our research. I always want to make sure research is done before we start calling people, because you can end up screwing yourself over. I don't know what that even is. I think that's a freezer, which we're not going to use. I mean, I could care less about freezers. Hey, safety hob. That's what we wanted. Oh, we got down here. Onion. A rat. Now, we could also start prepping an onion. That's not an onion. We could also start prepping an onion pie. See, if we're going to automate, here's where you want to. Let's just do that. Gotta be careful, though. That's fine. What do you want down here, baby? So we want cheese. See on the display stand, the cheese pie is lit up. It never used to be like that. That's kind of a nice little upgrade. All right, I think we can start calling, because at the end of the day here, I'd take a mixer, a grabber, I don't know. Oh, another cheese ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Slap that there, yeah. So having another mixer and grabber is what I would focus on next if we were going that route, which obviously we're not. So you want an onion pie. What do you want down here? Cheese and a cheese. Because of course we're going to want that, because that's what we are kind of focusing on. All right, we're at the end of the day here. Oh, we missed our ring-a-ding, so we're good to go. So did having display stand help? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it helped. Okay. 2 days to go. Now, again, like I said, strategizing would be so much different if we're going for a longevity run, which we're not, of course. We're going to franchise. This is junk. What is this? Freezer. Like, I don't really care about a freezer. I mean, you could say, yeah, freezers are cool. Freezers are bad. I don't care about freezers. I don't really care for this. So what do we want to put in here? Maybe try to get a microwave by the end of the last one. Not that it matters. Not that any of these really matter what we need. So let's just, well, you could get a chopping station, but it's all good. Okay. We got 2 days to go. Everything's lined up, rocking and rolling, and 15 groups, no big deal. See, this is where we got to try to get a cheese pie. See, I shouldn't be waiting here like this. We want to try to get a cheese pie cooked. That one on there. So clipboard stands are good. I mean, there's a lot of things that are good. Now, what I want to do is I want to get a cheese pie. Oh, see, I'm gonna take the conveyor belt for show. Put that on there. Now we gotta get the rest of them in. All right, not like that. Not like that. So conveyor belts are good. We want to get a shroom going though. Now again, doing it like this, you say, "Oh no, you're messing up the timer." No, you don't, because doing this, having this on here or not having on here doesn't change a darn thing. Trust me, it doesn't change a darn thing. I can actually get another one of these going as well. So let's see if we get any Chaz pies going. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Chaz pie up. This one wants a shroom pie, I think. Shroom pie. Shroom pie. And here we want a Chaz pie, of course. Now, once you portion 3 out, you can already put the next one on. That's the beauty behind that. You can already get that going. So here you'd have floor protectors, which is what really would be helpful. Onion pie. Interesting. Chaz pie up, of course. All right, so it looks like we're going to need, the next one we're going to need is a shroom pie. Get that one going. And as you can see, guys, we're rolling along here. I mean, could we go quicker, faster than this? Of course we could. Does it matter? No. Doesn't matter. We're rocking and rolling. We're killing it right now. There we go. Now, if you wanted just to focus on speed, if you guys like to go fast, if you're all about speed, you would pretty much just take customer cards, because then all you gotta do is make one kind of pie. Oh shoot, I messed that up. If you shut the lid, you can't reopen it again. Just call a bunch. Is that if you're just looking for like a speed run, which I'm never much of a speed runner. I just like franchising, kicking butt. Chaz pie up again. Shroom pie, turn that on. We got a that's a shroom pie going. Let's get a Chaz pie, boom, boom. All right. Let's call the rest. We got 2 more in, 1 more in. All good. Chaz pie, of course. 1 and done. And Chaz pie, it's definitely helping. For sure. What do you want? Chaz pie. Keep saying Chaz because it's funny. Boom. Come on, baby. All right. Perfect. Done. Okay. All right. So we're rocking. Now, again, here it's like, all right, we'll ditch that. Well, no. Let's buy the workstation. If we're doing it kind of how I would do it, we buy a workstation. We're going to upgrade this. The hobs, like, are we going to buy any of these? Not really. A microwave is expensive, but it is good. I'd probably want to upgrade the table again. And then the safety hob, it depends on how you want to do it. The microwaves are good too because they're quick. But for this type of run, we really don't need any of that. So let's just put, it doesn't matter. Let's just put this back in here. It's irrelevant for right now. Turn that. The nip wasn't out. No wonder we're struggling. Nah, we're not struggling at all. Okay. So let's, hey, franchise day, baby. Now we want to see how much faster that is. We want to get the Chaz going. Chaz pie going right about now. Because everything takes cheese and everything takes the sauce. We want to slap a plate here. Get that done. 1 and bun. Done. All right. That one going. Put this on here. Put this on here. See, it's not that much quicker, but it is quicker. All right, what we got? We got Chaz. Now, if you'd have large groups or something, I wouldn't want to have hidden. I wouldn't want to have anything hidden, but we don't have it, so it's all good. That one. Let's call it. Let's try to make this a little interesting for us. Boom. Cheese pie up. Let's get another cheese pie going. Oh, not a plate. So we are going to have a grabber after today, which would be great. And I'll show you what that's like once we get it, of course. Oop, just missed the tick. Missed the tick off. There we go. Perfect. Shroom pie up. Cheese pie up. Good. Clean the plates. Always clean your plates. The biggest, one of the biggest failures that people make here is they don't clean your plates. Is you get bogged down. Right? You get bogged down when it comes to doing dishes. And that's what costs people the run. So we end up getting, I think that's a fancy tablecloth, not that it matters. Grabber it up. Perfect. We can call it one more time maybe. So the buffet stands, we're not even using the buffets. Because if you're just looking to franchise, There's no need to do the buffet stands. They are cool, but not needed for this type of setup. You got people waiting outside, all good. One. Now here I would probably try to get trainers again, or get trainers period, because they are very helpful. I don't think we've sold one onion pie yet today, have we? I don't think we have at all. Well, it looks like we're going to be needing an onion pie. Always clean your messes. Messes and dishes are what kill runs, guys. Perfect. Get another one going. We're good here, baby. We're good. Perfect. All right, we got this one, ches up. Cheese. Now, the way the display stands work, you can load that up. The way display stands work, you can't stack them on top if there's one there already. Keep that in mind. The way display stands work is one is like, I don't know, 10% or something. If you have four display stands, you're sitting pretty good. You're sitting pretty good. We got one customer left. Let's call the rest. We got a ches pie. We should be good. We have one of everything left. I don't think we sold one. Mushroom pie yet, by the way. All right, there we go. Franchise, guys. Franchise. We did that, what, about 40 minutes, give or take, something like that? Now, again, were we going fast? No. Could we have gone faster? Yes, but it's nothing to do with being fast. I was showing you, this is how a foolproof method to get what you need. Let's look at the cards. Look at it, and then I'm going to explain a little bit, and then we'll call it a day here. All right, let's look at the cards. Here, flower pot's terrible. Worst card in the game. Never take it. I will always take what's to the right of that, which would be wash basin. Now, let's do some explaining. The run's over. Now, if you see here, I have one safety hob for each, and one portion for each type of pie. If you're doing just cheese pies, I wouldn't do it like this. I'd have maybe one or two portioners, and I'd be definitely getting and having a microwave here, because microwaves cook everything at the same speed, which is, I think, roughly 5 seconds, give or take, without any cards in there. We can add some of this while we're here, because why not? Keep it nice and neat. So, microwaves are good if you're only doing one kind, or if you don't have the safety hobs, because it'll cook it a lot faster. And the door will open by itself, which means you don't have to worry about anything burning. Cooks faster, doesn't burn. Great, but you can't portion from this. You can portion from these, but you can't portion from this. Now, the oven works perfectly fine as well. If you don't want to spend your money trying to upgrade this stuff, get portioners. Portioners with pizza, I'd say, is probably the #1 thing to get, aside from a grabber and a mixer. You could get a conveyor mixer. You could get a rapid mixer, heated mixer. Heated mixers, conveyor mixers, and regular mixers all chop at the same speed. Your rapid mixer, I believe, is like 1.2 or 2 or something like that fast. This is a lifesaver because you don't have to handle it 2 times. You don't have to chop it twice. You do it 1 time. Also, getting mixers for these other ingredients with grabbers, or at least grabbers, will save yourself a lot of time. It'll be really helpful to you. Upgrading your plate stack to get the 8 stack is going to be a lifesaver as well. Dishwasher, some people like power sinks. Power sinks with individual dining is okay. I still always recommend getting a wash basin because it can hold 4, and it still washes faster than one sink washing 1, and a dishwasher is a no-brainer if you can get that. The way the tables are set up, now if we didn't have individual dining, my dining room would look exactly the same. It just, you'd have 2 tables at all these. And you could still use a bar table, but you're only going to have one person sitting at it. That's the only downside there. The trick with the oil in the sink, that's a key trick no matter if you have conveyor belts or anything. You want to put this in the sink, because then you only got to grab this and tap it 1 time with your, I guess it'd be your interact button, not your pick up, put down button, or one of the 2, right? Perfect. Workstations are good if you don't have this type of automation stuff set up. You want to get a couple blueprint desks, blueprint cabinets. 1 blueprint desk I think is fine. Display stands are good if you're going to focus on automating something, and you want to just you want to just make 1 pie, because cheese pies are easier because they take 1 ingredient. Well, they take no additional ingredients. Go with the display stand, but they are pricey. If you're having an automated setup, then you definitely want to have at least 4 to 5 display stands set up, because you almost guarantee yourself like 80-90% that you're going to get what you put on it, which is really, really great. But remember, it does use up a plate. So you don't have 8 plates, you have 7 left. But you also have this 4, so you could have 11 or 12 plates. Good to go here. You don't need this sink, but you can't get rid of it. You can get rid of it. Excuse my language here. If you don't have a dishwasher, you can't get rid of it, because you need to be able to wash it. And because you can mix dough without the sink, you don't need the sink. But again, you have to have 1 cleaning device regardless. So I should have worded that differently. If you don't have an upgraded sink, you need to have a regular sink, period, or it won't let you start the game. I love using the phone. Call if you have, especially in the beginning few days to get those extra few coins. They're key. Trust me. If you're sitting at 56 coins and you can't buy something worth 60 coins because you didn't ring 2 times, that's your own fault. The way I have my kitchen laid out, I like this layout because we have the 3 different types of pies. I like the layout like this. If you have one pie, I wouldn't have it set up like this. I already spoke about that before. You want to focus more on getting your main ingredients automated instead of having them cook faster. You don't need them to cook, or not cook faster, but cook more than one at one time. You don't need that because you can have a microwave or even a danger hob or even the oven. The oven cooks as fast as danger hob, and you can leave something in there and it won't burn as long as you open the door up. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it for this kind of, start to finish pizza. There are quicker ones to do, but you know what? This is a lot of fun, guys. If you like this, I'm going to maybe do some more of these kind of back to basics. How do you franchise? What's important to focus on? I'm hoping the takeaway from this, guys, is that following one of my methods here is a sure way to get to franchise when you do pizzas. Turn this away, spin around. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking the video is also, let's start over. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider giving me a comment as well as a like or a comment, or both. Hit that subscribe button, tick the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. And as always, catch you guys next time in the PlateUp kind of one-shot start to franchise, the right way to do it. See ya.